Okay, greetings YouTube. We are back. This is part 2 of my Conversation and Coffee first episode that turned into 2 episodes. But anyway, so we're continuing our talk about Mortal Kombat figures, 1/12 scale, how you can get some, where can you get some, who's making them, are they any good? We already discussed Storm Collectibles and their offerings. If you want to check that out, I'll put the link or the card up here. Maybe I'll try to remember. But right now we're going to talk about McFarlane's offering. So I have been very hot and cold on McFarlane. When he first got the DC multiverse line, there was high hopes, and then it turned into the Batman multiverse line, and many of those hopes were dashed because he was not making traditional classic looks for figures right away. In fact, it took him a long time to make a lot of people's classic looks, and some of them he hasn't even got to yet. And the focus on Batman is just out of control. But that's a story for another day. Maybe that'll be another episode of Conversation and Coffee. But his figures were also not of the quality and or feel that I was accustomed to. And I get it. It's a domestic, lower level collectible type toy slash figure. It's not supposed to feel like a $90 or $80 figure, but it just took a lot of getting used to for how hard the plastic is, for the weird proportions sometimes, for the joint movements, the articulation setups. Just not my cup of tea, mostly. However, I took a chance on the on the Mortal Kombat versions of his offerings. And look, the one thing I will never say, and most other people can never say and be truthful, is that McFarlane toys don't look good. They look great. The sculpts are always very nice, whether it's the head sculpts or the outfits, clothing, weapons, things like that. That's never been an issue. It's always been the other stuff. But I was pleasantly surprised that his Mortal Kombat offerings are actually very well constructed, a lot more solid. They feel better. It seems like the quality control is better. I don't know why there's such a difference between these ones and his DC figs. Don't know. But so let's take a look at them. Let's see. We'll grab Baraka here for starters. So, I mean, you look at that sculpt, and I'll put the Storm Collectibles one up here. You look at that head sculpt compared to the Storm Collectibles one, that is not even close. This Baraka is spectacular looking. And then all the detail on his flesh, like those bones protruding out and the muscle striations and his clothing. It's an excellent sculpt. Excellent. Like, this is a well done figure as far as looks wise. Real quick, let's look at his articulation. So arms go out pretty good. You do have a butterfly in there. Not a huge one, but it's a decent one. You got a bicep cut. We are double jointed at the elbow, and it goes past 90, but not all the way. The wrist is on the typical McFarlane ball setup, which I do not like, but it is what it is. That's what he does. He loves this for whatever reason. Head articulation, Baraka can look up only slightly because of his neck. He can look down real good though, and you get a good amount of tilt. Ab articulation is in there, but it is very slight, and it would be hindered by this anyway, but his ab articulation, McFarlane's, is never much use. And I don't know what he has at the waist. There might be a ball there or something. Legs can go out about that far based on this skirt piece. Knees are double jointed. No thigh twist. No boot cut. And his tried and not all the way true ball joint setup for the ankle, and then you have your toe articulation. So, figures, again, looks-wise, spectacular. Articulation-wise, average to okay at best. I mean, it's not. In fact, I'll go above average. It's above average. Really the biggest thing I don't like about McFarlane's articulation are the wrists and the ankles. The other stuff, I'm okay with. All right, so we're going to take a look at some of these guys aesthetically, and then we will talk about the selection of figures that is available from McFarlane for Mortal Kombat. So here we got Sub-Zero. This is a variant of Sub-Zero. It's more of a purplish color. It's not blue. I actually am going to use this guy as Rain, the Edenian Prince, because he looks more like that in purple than he does Sub-Zero. We got Cabal back here. We have Nightwolf. We have Liu Kang, and yes, this is a custom. This is a combination of the Liu Kang with yellow pants and the Liu Kang that came with black and red pants, but he had on a shirt, and I kind of mixed them together. As far as this is the Liu Kang with the yellow pants because his whole stomach was showing, whereas the other one was not. And then I put on some soft goods pants that I kind of made from a Jedi robe, believe it or not, and did a little bit of paint work so that I had the traditional Liu Kang look. Then you have Katana. She is also very well done. Like this is a very nice looking figure. Beautiful. The aforementioned Baraka. You got Shao Kahn back here. And this is one version of Shao Kahn. I want to say there's 2 or 3. And then there's Kotal Kahn. I did add a little bit of paint to his headdress because it was only one color and I wanted him to have the different feathers. He looks awesome. He's another one that they did an excellent job with sculpt-wise. Sheesh. All right, so there is the ones that I have. Let's talk about the ones that have been released that I either don't have or haven't came out yet. Okay, so from what I have been able to tell, McFarlane has released Liu Kang, Raiden, Shao Kahn, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Cabal, Katana, Nightwolf, Baraka, and Noob Saibot. Most of these characters have several different versions of them out there. For whatever reason, the Scorpion and the Sub-Zero have skyrocketed on the secondary market, just even though it's just a regular domestic figure. I guess they're rare. You can get the alternate versions of them very easily and usually for less than retail, but the actual version, not so much. Now, as far as the looks or the theme of McFarlane's, I mentioned this in the Storm Collectibles video. McFarlane focuses more on the very new looks to these characters from the very recent games, whether you're talking about Mortal Kombat 11 or Mortal Kombat X or things like that. So you're getting a very different flavor of the same characters than you're getting from Storm Collectibles. But like I also said in the Storm Collectibles video, as far as scale goes, they do match up well with your Storm Collectibles figures. So you can definitely have them, operating in the same universe. Okay, so they scale well with your Storm Collectibles figures. So what I've been doing, just in my own head canon, I guess you could say, I've been mixing and matching to make a more complete Mortal Kombat collection. And it's been working out good for me as far as, being able to get the figures I want and have them together and being able to interact with each other when it comes time to start using them in photos and videos and such. Here's another thing I wanted to mention as far as alternatives or variants go. So they also released this version of Baraka with no, chest tunic or chest piece and a little bit less paint on the face. He looks very, let's see, where's the other guy? he looks very different from this Baraka. Okay, now you may say, oh, that's just kind of why they do it so differently. Well, I asked that question too until I thought about it, and I was like, wait, this is a Tarkatan Horde member, so an easy army builder that has different colors on his uniform and stuff than the original Baraka does. So you could easily say this is another Tarkatan, one of his soldiers. So I was happy about that. So now I can army build, and they're not expensive. So there are some glaring omissions from the Mortal Kombat roster from both of these companies. We haven't got a Shang Tsung yet. There's been one female figure, the Katana. Storm Collectibles hasn't made any female Mortal Kombat figures. Where's Sonya Blade? Where's Jade? Where is Shiva? Where are these chicks at? Where's Melina? So yeah, they need to get on with that. Here's another glaring omission. Where's Shang Tsung? Haven't got him in either line. That's an important character. He was the main bad guy in the first Mortal Kombat video game. Where's he at? So, I've taken steps to address that. This is my custom Shang Tsung, made from a Ming the Merciless figure from NECA. This is my stand-in until they make one. So, you know, it's one of those things, like they kind of pick and choose what characters they do, and sometimes it's hard to understand why they're picking who they're picking. Like, I know why you pick Sub-Zero and Scorpion, because they sell. It's almost like Batman and DC. But where's Shang Tsung? Where's the ladies? Don't know. All right. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about this whole Mortal Kombat thing. Later.